Google Reader is a great way to get the news to come to you rather than you having to go out to all the different websites and find out what sites have new blog posts. So once you get your account created and set up, you'll notice on the left hand side that we've got some navigation things to go through. This is just an overview. So start by taking a look at the starred items. Once you actually are subscribing and you star some items, that's like your personal bookmarks for later. Your shared items, however, are ones that you've shared with other people that you were connected to in Google Reader or out beyond. So if you were to click on any one of those articles, you would see that you've shared it to others to be able to view. The notes, you'll see, have this blue text in them. When you share with the note, and we'll explain what that means later, it's just showing some of the information about how you've shared that info out to others and what comments you made. The trends will tell you what you've read within the last few days. It will also look at 30 days. It will look at which time of day that you are logging in and most often reading what's happening inside of Google Reader. And you also have day of the week. So which day are you most often tuning into Google Reader? You'll then see you have reading trends, and so in these reading trends you'll see which things you are subscribing to that you most often are reading. You'll see which ones you're starring the most to come back later to. You'll see which things that you have shared out to other people, which ones you have emailed, so which sources that you've emailed to others, and then which things you've read on your cell phone the most. You'll see on the subscription side the things that you're subscribing to, how frequently are they posting, and are they inactive? Are they listed as most obscure? Inactive means you could go delete the feed. Most obscure means that you could just, they're just unique. Friends trends is information about those that are frequently sharing items inside of Google Reader. So who shares the most? And the most popular is who's got the most amount of followers coming back to it. So that will just give you a brief overview. And then your tags are how you've categorized in the folders that you've created. Browse for stuff lets you look for bundles. So let's say that you just want to subscribe to sports or news. Google's already made a bunch of options for that, and you can subscribe to one batch of news sources. So if I were to click on any one of these bundles and subscribe, I can expand it and see all of the content that's inside of it and view if I want to subscribe to this package or this bundle that somebody else has created. Once I hit subscribe, I can then go through and you'll see that on the left side it will show up as another item in the subscriptions. We'll take a look again later to find out how to add more things into our Google Reader. Then you'll see recommendations. These are things that Google says you probably, based on what you're reading, would be interested in subscribing to. So I'll click subscribe and then I'll add it to a folder. You'll be able to set your folders up at a later time. This is just giving you an overview of how the service works. And when you do see other things that are ways that you could discover and subscribe to things, you could just simply click on those subscribe buttons. So right now we're taking a look at the Discover feature, which shows us the people that we're following, what accounts that they are following. So it's just an interesting way to look at that. We'll minimize this area and expand where it says people you follow. And we click on the title of that. This is going to say, out of those that I am subscribed to, what are my friends sharing? So if I have established friends and connections inside of Google Reader or Buzz, the same people account for both places, or your Gmail inbox, it will look for those connections here as well. What are all of the same people that I'm connected to elsewhere sharing? Occasionally you'll see you've got new followers, and when you go to click on it, it will give you the names of your new followers. Sometimes that happens again because of what goes into your Gmail inbox or what hits your Google Buzz or your Google Profile account. And so you could choose to follow some of these people, you could add them to a group, you could block them if you'd like. That's just the information under people you follow. The Explore area is going to give you some suggestions, again, based upon what you are subscribed to. And when you expand that, it says, here's what we're recommending, whether it's sources or just general recommended items. You see this little note that says, browse through all of this, and we're going to help you discover even more things. So hit the little smiley face, they say. And by that, what they mean is when you scroll to the bottom, you see this like button. Click on that like, and it will then subscribe you to that service if you were looking at it from the Explore area. So you'll see under subscriptions that I have a lot of things inside of folders, and in a later episode we'll look at how to put that information into folders, but for now you'll see I click on one of the names of the folders, and here's all of the different, they call them feeds, subscriptions that I have going into that one folder. So if I really want to come back to it later, I'll star it. If I want to share it with people in Google Reader, I will like it. And if I want to share it from Google Reader out to other places, later on I'll teach you how to do this automated into Twitter, then you'll just hit the share button. So the like tells other people similar to how you see this 116 people liked this article, it tells people only happening inside of Google Reader that you liked this. You can browse over the people that liked a story and see their brief profile and choose to subscribe to them as well. So that's again how you find other people that are using Google Reader and you start subscribing to them. And it will show a little profile picture to indicate that they have shared that item, or liked that item, I should say. And at the bottom you'll see that you've got the share with note feature. If you want to be able to leave a note, like these don't have any comments listed above, but if I were to hit share with note, it would give me that ability. You'll also see the email, so if you like an article and you know that somebody else isn't using Google Reader, you can email it to them just by clicking that email option. You can mark it as unread even though you've read it. You could switch the folder it's in. And then later on we'll show you how to get that send to and preview feature. But again, this is just a preview to all of the options that you can use with Google Reader. So the send to will put it out to Twitter and things, but you could read through this article. So this is step 1 in Google Reader. It's very powerful and expect to see a lot more information of what you can do. Also notice you can switch between new and items that you've read recently. Good way to get started using Google Reader.